What if your users could sign up and log in with just one click using their Google account? No passwords need to remember, no email verification needed, just click and log in to their dashboard. Okay, so in this video, I will show you how I built Google Auth login into a PHP dashboard. And no, I have no used any libraries, no composer, no PHP mailer, just raw PHP and curl. And by the end, you will have a fully working Google login system you can drop into any project if you want. So here, what's this dashboard already have the manual login system. You can able to see the manual login or sign up system, OTP email verification via raw SMTP, forget password feature, then remember me feature, rate limiting, CSRF protection, role based access, which is admin or user, dark mode and light mode, session management, and the whole thing. But today we are focusing on one feature, the Google Auth 2.0 login. Here what it does. Okay, so user clicks on login or sign up with Google. Google shows the consistent screen. Okay, let me give you a demo again. That is my users management, and I will delete this particular user from here, and that is that particular user. Right now this user is not registered here. So when I click on this sign up, and you can able to see here there is a sign up button, but when I click on this login with Google, it also act as same. When I click on this login and choose my account and continue, and you can able to see my account don't have registered here. But what if it checked our users management section, user management table. If the user is already registered, they simply match the email and allow to login. If the user is not registered already, they can create account itself and allow the user to log in. Okay, so you can see the user account is created out successfully. Okay, now the thing is that how we can enable or disable the Google Auth login. For that, you need to go to your Google authentication setup. Okay, just come to here, and here you will easily able to see here the Google login or sign up is currently enabled. And if I disable this and click on this save setting, now you can able to see here the Google login option is not appeared now because we have disabled from our web application, and that is our Google authentication credentials which we need to put it here, and then we need to click on this save, and then we will enable, and then this will work. And the question is that how you can get the Google authentication credentials. For that, don't need to worry, I already have mentioned everything step by step here in text form. Also, I will give you the live demo. First of all, you need to open your Google Cloud Console. So open your browser and enter here Google Cloud Console. Okay, so I just enter here Google Cloud Console and just come to here, and when I open this Google Cloud Console, so you can able to see this kind of screen in front of you. You just simply press it here and click on this new project, and when you click on this new project, you can simply rename them. You have 3 projects remaining. Okay, so I will just rename them test, and then okay, select it here, this is, and click on this create. So when I click on this create, now my project is creating. Okay, so it is my project is created successfully. I just simply click on this select project. So when I click on this select project, now you can able to see here that is your test. Simply press it here, and you can able to see here API services and auth constant screen. Simply open this. Now you can able to see here you have not set up your auth verification, auth credentials yet. Simply click on this get started, and when you click on this get started, you simply add it the name test, and then the user support email, and click on this next. What you want to use only available to users within your organization. If you want to use within your organization, you can simply use them. If you want to external for public, you can simply select it here and click on this next, and then you simply need to enter your user it here and click on this next, and then I agree and click on this continue and click on this create. So when I click on this create, as of now you can able to see here it is processing right now. So the processing is complete, and you can see this kind of screen. Simply click on this create auth client, and here you can easily able to see here it will ask you application type. So this is a web application, that is your web client name, and that is your URL. What is your URL? Here you need to enter a domain name. Okay, so you must need to enter a domain name here. Okay, let me add this. The domain is added out successfully, and we need to add the authorized redirect URL. What is your authorized redirect URL? In our web application, we have already created a file auth callback.php. So you simply need this, and before that you need to enter your domain. So I will just simply copy this and here paste and click on this create. So when I click on this create, as of now you can able to see here my auth is created, and that is my client ID, and I can simply download this JSON file. Okay, so this is my client ID. You simply need to copy this because we need to paste it here, client ID. So when we open this particular, and now you can easily able to see here that is your auth constant authorized domains and etc everything. It may take 5 minutes or few hours for setting to take effect. Okay, so when you download the JSON, it will give you the client secret key or redirect URL. You need to paste it here. Okay, you understand them? Yes, you understand them. Okay, so in this way you can enable or disable the Google authentication setup. Now there is a one more thing, the site setting. What exactly say our site setting? So you can see right now this is a dashboard name. What if I want to change a name of my brand, Ramesh Scripts, and then I simply click on this save setting, and when I refresh my web application, so now you can able to see here the Ramesh Scripts is changed, and it's not changed on the dashboard, it changed overall the system. Okay, so you can, this is a feature as now, and is also a feature you can select any default currency which will implement overall the system. Okay, and that is your default language. You can also convert the language of the system as well, and that is your logo. If you want to change your logo, you can simply change the logo as well. Let's take example, this is my logo. I just click on this open, and my logo is uploaded. I just simply click on this save setting. Now I will refresh. Now you can easily able to see here my logo is updated successfully. So if there is a maintenance mode as well, if you are working in your dashboard and you want that your site will be showing the maintenance mode, you can simply enable this. And when the maintenance mode is enabled, then in that case only admin can able to log in with manual credentials, not with login with Google or sign up with Google. If user will try to log in here, they cannot able to log in. Let me give you an example. This is a user. I just simply click on this user one, and that is our user at the rate gmail.com, and that is our user 123, and click on this save. So user is created out successfully. Now what I need to do, enter my user credentials here and click on this login. So you can see only administrators can log in during maintenance mode. So what if I turn off my enable maintenance mode and click on this save setting? Now you can able to see here my site will continue working as per the regular things. Okay, just simply click on this logout. So when I click on this logout, as of now you can able to see here this is my login screen, and you can able to see here there is a SMTP setup. We have a Google login, and after all I have mentioned in the start of this video, we have the email OTP verification as well. So how the email will send it to the user, let me explain you. For that you need to go to your SMTP setup in the system settings, and you need to enable your SMTP email. Then you need to enable your email verification on sign up, and then simply click on this save setting. So when you click on this save setting, as of now you can able to see here your all the features is enabled, and how you can get the credentials for SMTP credentials. You can simply watch our how to set up SMTP for PHP MySQL project. This video will guide you how you can get these credentials and paste it here, and how you can host this website on the hostinger. You can simply watch this video, and how you can host it on the local system. You can watch this video. I will leave the link in the description as well. Okay, so first we need to check out that is the SMTP is really working or not. I just simply click on this test send test email. As of now you can able to see here my SMTP is working successfully, and the email is sended successfully, SMTP successful. So now we will test out is that really working on the login password, on the forget password. So you can able to see here that is a forget password feature, and here's I need to enter my email ID and click on this send reset OTP. So when I click on this send reset OTP, the OTP is sent it successfully. But what if I turn off this feature and turn off this feature? Is it really how this system will work? So you can easily able to see here when I go back to the login, the forget password is not appear. If you want to forget password, you must need the email OTP verification. So you must make this on and click on the save setting and then refresh your web application. And now you need to click on this forget password and enter your registered OTP email ID, and then simply click on this reset, and you can able to see you will get a password reset. You simply copy your OTP from here and paste it here, and then simply you can add the new password here. Okay, so I just add the new password and click on this reset password. So when I click on this reset password, my password is changed out successfully. So this is the thing. Now the thing is that I am going to log in here with my the user account what I have already here. So the password I changed, I just simply paste it here, and that is my user 123, and click on this login. Invalid username format. Okay, so what is the username? We need to check out that in our users. So that is the Kipsian community. We just need to paste it here and then our password and click on this login. So when I click on this login, as of now, you can able to see here I'm successfully logged in as a user. Okay, so I am using this web application easily. I am not log out, but what I have already added a setting for the sessions. In the sessions, we can force logout to anyone. So this is a user currently login and they can easily able to use the web application right now. But if I want to force logout, I can simply terminate them, and when they able to use the web application, they cannot able to do, they need to log in again. So why this feature needed? This feature is only worked when the you can say your subscription is ended and they are current still using the web application. You can simply force terminate and change their password from the backend as well. So that is our the backup feature, and you can simply download your backup. And if you want to restore, you can simply go to your backup file, choose it and click on this restore database, and then click on this restore. So your database is restored successfully. And in the last, we have about app section. What is about app? In the about app, you can able to see what admin can do and what user can do and what are the features we have in this web application, so you can simply use them. If you want any kind of customized project regarding to any of your requirement, you can simply contact us and we will make a high quality results, high quality web applications for you. So we thank you very much. Take care. So here's we have a my account feature as well, where a user can update their username or email and the password, and also change the UI customization. What is the UI customization actually? It means they can make the color overall the dashboard according to their needs. Okay, so these are the quick presents, and if they want to choose manual colors, they can also choose them. So overall the dashboard will be changed to this particular color scheme. So why this feature we have added? Because we want that your logo color scheme is different. Your logo color, you want to match the system UI with your logo, and if you want to resell this project to others, so they can also change the colors as per their needs. And also we have a feature of activity logs where we can see what app happen in our system. Okay, so this is our my account or my per feature as well.